Welcome to this week's episode of High Heels to Happy Feels. I'm Natalie,
I'm Stephanie.
and this week we are wrapping up a topic that we've had for this week's topic of the week, and we're going to be talking about all of the ways that we accidentally stall our own alignment. So, Steph, when we say we are waiting for alignment, people picture these big, dramatic life decisions. But the truth, we are waiting for showing up in those micro moments. Like for me, it's when I know I should pivot or speak up or switch gears energetically, and I still sit in it for another week or another month or another year.
Oh my God. And it's so true. And you know what? People think that waiting is neutral, that it's okay, right? It's just kind of like it's the Switzerland of emotion. I'll just wait it out. Like I'm not doing it yet, but I'm also not doing anything wrong with but waiting has weight. And I just love that. Waiting has weight.
Yeah.
It has a real texture to it, right? It actually shifts our entire energetic posture. I mean, we think about if we're waiting, what the anxiety is that it looks like. What does that do for us emotionally and anything else? It does. It's just got so much grip.
It does. And you make a good point because it's your intuition gets quieter the longer you stall. Like that's the part I don't think people realize is intuition, it's not there to punish you. It's not there, but if you're going to stall, if you're going to hold, if you're going to wait, it's not going to keep yelling at you if you're going to ignore the whisper.
Oh my God. That's so on point. It shows up for me really huge in conversations. So I know everyone has done this, unless you like came out of the womb speaking your mind, every single person has done this because when you're in a relationship, you get into this pattern, right? Of, oh, I'll just wait the right time to say it. Now's bad. Now it's going to start a fight. Now it's going to trigger emotions. Now it's going to, we don't have time right now. Well, when are you going to make time for it? And once you overthink it, because it becomes that pattern, right? It's a whole misalignment around that. And when you wait for that right time to bring it up, you've overthought it so bad that the clarity of what you just really wanted to say in that moment is long gone. And you've either turned it into something that is completely off the rails and is accusatory, or you are playing it down and you're not expressing what you need to express.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Like, yeah, there are so many examples, especially in relationships. Like, you really do
Mhm.
hold your tongue because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But then, like, yeah, you're absolutely right. That clarity is gone. And, another way it presents itself is like when we have a creative alignment stuff.
Oh
So
God,
I'll
yeah.
get an idea that is, like crazy out there, but it seems so in the moment, like right now, I can think of five things right now that I've thought of that I've put in some type of note that we're going to look at later.
I know, and it kills me. You come up with these grandiose ideas, and I'm like, if we
Yeah,
only
just
had 24 more hours in the day, okay.
right, or another month in the year, or like
Right.
so much
Or
time.
another year in the year. Holy moly. Yeah.
But I won't even go back to those topics until it's like when I'll mention it maybe to you, and we're like, okay, we're gonna wait until things get calmer, or until your kids' paths, like
Right.
they're like when we started this out, I had one in soccer and one that was like there's always something going on. I wait for the schedule to lighten or my energy to be perfect or your energy to be perfect to even bring it up. And guess what? That never happens, folks.
No.
The cost really becomes that low grade ache.
Ah,
Like I'm living a half of a step behind myself,
oh my God, that's such a good way to put it. I'm living a half a step. Is that what you said? I'm living
a
a half a
half a
step
step
behind
behind myself. Yeah.
I love that. Because
Well,
you
and there's
are,
so many, yeah, so many examples of that.
right? You just are like, I'm playing catch up. And I gotta tell you, so when we look at, Nat and I are big on our soul pillars, right? So mind, body, heart, spirit. You look at this from a perspective of the mind. You, I don't, I cannot speak for 100% of the world, but I'll say 99.5. Your
You're
brain,
stretching it, yeah.
right? Okay, 99.7. No.
Right, 99.999.
But when you look, my brain loops it. I mean, And I can come up with the worst case scenarios all day long.
Oh God,
My
yeah.
partner he'll give me the hardest time. He's like, you, he goes, how did you even get that from what I just said? And I'm like, well, how didn't you? And I just blah, 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 blah. And seriously, it is in my head, it's like auditioning for a Netflix drama. And when I've got those things going on all the time and you don't say it, you don't do it, you don't act on it in that moment, or you know, maybe you got to pause for a half an hour, you're driving. I mean, come on, there are
Right.
times. But it's seriously like it just gets worse and I just circle through. It's gerbils, it's hamsters on a wheel.
That is so true. And okay, so you started out with mine, so I'm going to jump into the heart. Like
Yeah.
my heart is all about the self-betrayal. Like it feels like longing. Like the part of me that knows what I want is stuck at a bus stop holding a sign that says, any day now. Right.
I love that sign. And for you, it is, I know these can be really heart-wrenching. And when we,
Yeah.
because it is taking time away from, yeah, it does, like doing other things. Everything takes time, right? It just does. And time is the most precious thing that we have to offer other people as well. So the heart, yeah, I can just see that though. Any day now.
Any day now. That's me all the way.
Oh my God. All right, well, let's talk body. Tension. I mean, I can feel it even in my shoulders right now. My shoulders, my head, my heart races. Oh, holy moly. And I will seriously, I have my little aura ring. I will run my heart rate. I will seriously get on the app, check my activity and be like, is my heart racing? Am I stressing out? And then I'll look at it and go, all right, drama queen. I mean, it is I get so anxious, so dramatic. I'll text you and be like, the anxiety is making me crazy. And it's, yeah. And it's absolutely crazy. And I'll Google symptoms. I'll make shit up. And there's no reason to. It's like,
Right?
I know what it is. It's a giant task list. It's a giant thing of, oh my gosh, let's add one more thing. Let's do this. Or I can't get to that. Or I really need to do this and not doing it. Putting it and waiting and waiting.
It is so like that. And you get the lists on the list on the list because then
Uh-huh.
you're like, okay, if I take action and if I make a list about it, and then I can just go through and mark the tasks, and then it just gets more overwhelming and more overwhelming.
Right. And then you wait. You're like, okay, well, this will wait a little longer. I can handle this first. Well, now you've added that to the bottom of the list. And so legitimately tomorrow night, I will take everything from the list from this week and move it to the list for next week. It will just keep following me along. And it makes me anxious because then I
It,
look at that and go, how far back does this go that I didn't get this done?
right? Well, okay, and so let's talk spirit about this
Oh
because
yeah.
for those folks who are trying to really get intuitive or get deep into their, maybe you're doing intuitive development or psychic development or you're working on your mediumship or any of those type of things. A big part in that kind of development series is synchronicities. And when you are wrapped up and not aligned, this is a cost of alignment is missed synchronicities. And that's part of our spirit pillar. And this isn't because they're disappearing. It's because you're not in a position to receive them, to see them, to hear them.
Right. And that's the part we never say enough. You can never say it enough times. Your intuition is not going to fight you.
Right? Right? If you keep waiting, spirit stops handing you step five because you haven't done step one. And this is like so relevant. Steph and I have been working on our intuitive operating system, which is like a big coursework that is going to end up probably being months because of this very thing. Because you go from step one, like you really have to incorporate it and integrate it to move on to get to step two, to step three, and it's not months, it's weeks. But I'm just getting a really dramatic point across, like Stephanie when she's dramatic.
Drama, drama, drama. Yep. But it is. But you're absolutely on target with that, right? Because it if you've taken our programs before, you understand that this isn't just like, okay, it's a 10-minute video and here's your tool and okay, now I know how to use this. You got to dig in and you got to do the work. And but it is the rewards are beyond measure. And she nailed it with this because the iOS part of this is just off the charts in terms of, your intuitive operating system and what does that look like? His trademarked.
Yeah, and you do have to, and I think that's a really important thing that Living Your Soul, which is one of our courseworks that's out now, and it is deeply discounted right today. I think like today or tomorrow is the last
Tomorrow's
day.
the last day. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So it's deeply discounted. But Stephanie was really smart, and she added meetings in in that part of that coursework now, where we used to not have team meetings or getting together to discuss that program. But it became so apparent to us that that needed to happen to move people forward,
Hmm.
to make sure that they were on target and yeah.
And it's a huge part of it, right? So LYS, we meet when you take the course or that program, you get 5 meetings included with it. Five, and it's gatherings and it's talking about anything from the program, questions, comments, you're stuck, whatever it might be. It's just an opportunity to come in and say, okay, what am I learning from this? What can I take away from it? And so on. But
It's an accountability step as well as a growth step to make sure that you are doing what you want out of that program. So it was just a really smart move that we hadn't had incorporated yet.
yeah, which is cool. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
So
very
tell
cool.
me about the astrology
That's where I
that
was just going to
that
head because,
aligned all of this for us.
right, because our topic of the week is really built on the astrology of the week, right? We use our intuition, we do intuitive astrology, and we pull the astrology of the week and then we say, okay, well, how does that work? How does that work in our psychic development, in remote, in tools that we use and different things like that? And the astrology this week was not subtle. I think everybody, especially like in our community, I mean, we'd have people reaching out going, when does Mercury retrograde end? Because anybody that works in systems or IT felt the punch this time around. And sometimes retrograde, we have to remind ourselves is an opportunity for it's just introspection. It's a
Right.
time to kind of go deep and say, okay, how am I communicating? And don't take things personally when they're communicated poorly right now, because, Mercury retrograde, but it went direct today. Um,
Thank goodness.
right? Clarity. We're going to
Yeah.
start seeing some clarity come around. So
Right.
get rid of that cloud. Then Saturn went direct on the 27th. So Saturn is our teacher. And so now you're going to start having your truth handed back a little bit versus just kind of digging into self. It's going to be a little more obvious. Moon has gone from Capricorn, Pisces, or I'm skipping
Right.
Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and we go Aries tonight. Well, we went from bossy Capricorn to floaty, detached, potentially kind of dreamy Aquarius, and now we're going headed into, we're wrapping up in Pisces like as we record this today, which can be very much around your intuition and emotional. Aries, that's your shove in the butt. Here it comes. So, because you're going from that structure, all honesty, into full on action with Mercury coming out of retrograde, so stationing direct, Saturn stationing direct, Aries lining up, basically your next couple of days, great conversations. So this week's universe is this last week has talked about the whispering and to stop. As we end the week, it's like full steam ahead, right? You don't need perfection.
Yeah.
Get moving.
You're really getting into that alignment, especially like Saturn ending its retrograde because it retrogrades for months at a time.
Yes.
So if you think about like all of the things that have happened over that month's period and Mercury, the communication, and Saturn finally coming out of both of them coming out of their shadows and all of the things that have happened and all of the things you developed, it really is like an alignment point that says, here we go, and I'm dropping you on an Aries moon.
Right?
So let's go.
Ta-da! And I know I was really excited because I thought, I've got all these things that I'm working on for the December 13th astrology course, right? That we're doing. It's 4 hours. If you haven't
It's
signed
going to
up
be
for that,
amazing, amazing. I've seen
out of
some of
your
the workbooks from it, and yeah, wow.
out of your mind. But and that one, yeah, so that one is workbooks that I'll be reviewing with folks, but make sure you bring your journal on that one. So
Yes, yes. Oh,
um
sorry. Yeah.
that's okay. No, no worries. That goes on to our astrology series story for another conversation. But But yes, I am jacked, honestly, because between the Aries positioning, Mercury, Saturn, I'm like, oh, thank God. Get that creativity button and high speed motivation thing because it has been dragging.
Yeah, it really has. So, okay, so let's talk about what are going to be some changes we're going to make.
Yeah.
So especially for the cost of alignment, because that's what we're talking about. So my cost of alignment is over the last few months, and I'm not going to completely blame Mercury. I'm going to blame Saturn more than Mercury. I really spun up a lot of stuff that I needed to get done, and I kept pushing it back and I kept pushing it back. So I am done waiting for my perfect energy window, although I do feel a little more aligned within the last few days. But I'm gonna get my stuff filmed. Like we've been working on intuitive operating system for months now. And so I'm gonna start filming today. I'm gonna be moving forward with the energy I have, not the energy that I wish I had, and not for, my kids' schedule and everything needs to be aligned.
I love that. And yeah, and I'm right with you because I've got some filming to do of my own for, some of the astrology courses that are coming out. So, um yeah, that's huge for us to be there. The other thing to remember on all of this is we post now, yeah, Mercury and Saturn have stationed direct, but we still have Uranus, Neptune, and Jupiter all retrograde.
Oh yeah, just still dragging a little.
There's still some drag in some other areas, but they're different. So
Mhm.
enjoy the communication. I would say that enjoy, for me, the videoing, it's really wrapping up and making sure that for our foundations team, and you know who you are, thank you, members, but for that group that they have the tools they need in these next couple of months as they're going through their annual course with us, and that people that will be consuming our astrology series in the coming year are going to be very excited about that. And then the December 13th, of course, the live offering. So a
Yeah,
lot,
which
a
is
lot
going to
to
be
do.
amazing. It's going
I'm
to
very
be amazing.
excited. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's do a little mini move, micro move.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Steph and I've talked about maybe the things that we're going to do. So I want you, okay, if you're listening, let's make this stupid simple. Think of one thing that you have been waiting on. So this can be anything. It doesn't have to be work related. It can be relationship. It can be anything that you're holding in a box and you're like, I'm just going to wait for the right time. Okay, so that one thing you've been waiting on. Now I want you to finish this sentence out loud. I'm not waiting for blank anymore. Just fill in the blank. Your nervous system already felt the shift as you're even thinking about it. So your alignment is absolutely going to catch up with this. Like for me, I am not waiting for my kids to be quiet anymore.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay. I'm not waiting for my energy to calm down anymore. Just ground and move on.
Perfect. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So
Yeah.
do that micro if you're listening right now, do that micro move right now. Feel your energy shift in your body, your nervous system be like, "Yes, I'm behind this. Let's go."
I know. I gotta say that felt like a little bit of grounding even by itself. I'm like,
It
huh,
really does.
yeah, that's a good one. That's good because I mean I think we're good. We can probably wrap this up, but just a reminder, you don't need to be perfect to be on a spiritual path. And the whole conversation, the whole premise of this week was about, I don't have time. I got to do this first. I got to do this first.
Mhm.
before I can do this, I have to. And it's like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Because you ultimately just need to be present. You don't need everything to be in perfection. You do not need perfect timing for all of that.
Yeah, quit your waiting because alignment comes fast when you allow it to, when you stop waiting every time.
I love it. Anything we missed? I know it was a lot, but it was quick this week, I think, at least for us, considering what we can normally come up with.
Considering our normal travel.
Right, right.
Oh, yeah.
But the astrology, we'll have that out as well this weekend for the astrology of next week, so you can watch for that. Natalie mentioned Living Your Soul. Yes, that sale ends tomorrow and it is dramatic. If you are not an immersive Town Square member, right now our member community, our immersive Town Square member community is getting this course for $99. It's a
Yeah, amazing.
$1,700 value. So if you've ever even thought about becoming a member of Immersive Spirits Town Hall community, it's only $15 a month and you're already saving how much money? So we
Yeah,
are
so
offering
much.
this special to the general public. It's $290, I believe. Again, $1,700 value. You can finish this in 5 weeks, and that's if you're pretty dedicated to it, because quite honestly, there's a lot. There's a lot of
Mhm.
information, there's a lot of video content, there is a lot of um, workbook material for you, but it's so good
So good.
because yeah, if you're out of alignment, you're not living your soul,
For real.
right?
For
Right.
real.
And we have the soul pillars to get you started. So you can go take those soul pillar, take the test, take the do all those things, check your soul. That's free. That's a freebie. It's a great way to jump into it and go, okay, living your soul looks pretty good. And yeah, I can get there by this weekend. No problem. And you don't have to start this weekend. You just have to purchase by the end of day, November 30th, to receive those discounted prices. And they are huge discounts.
Yeah.
The astrology course, we have the big 4-hour live event. There will not be workbooks with that because again, the cost on that is only $90. Um, for our immersive, now if you are a town
But bring your
square,
journal, right? Bring your
bring your
journal.
journal because you're going to want to take notes. And if you're immersive square town, if you're a town square community member, it's $30. You're saving 67%. Crazy, crazy. OIS, we talked about iOS, which is our intuitive operating system, which will be coming, we hope soon. It's a lot going on, but we're not putting dates to it because that just makes us crazy too.
Takes us out of
And
alignment, let's be honest.
it does. We have group Reiki next week. If anybody's interested in joining that, you can hit the events on immersivespirit.com. Please, please, please like and subscribe. We are so honored to be at almost 4,500. We can't believe how quick it's grown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think that's it for now. So, from Immersive Spirit and High Heels to Happy Feels, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie.
Have an amazing week ahead, and we'll see you again next week for more High Heels to Happy Feels. Bye.